All right, all right, all right. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Okay, so here we are doing our Thursday Live in the Simple Kids Program Solutions Group. Welcome to the Thursday Live. For those of you who are new here, these are every week, Thursday, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We try to keep these things short, sweet, to the point. Usually anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, depending on the complexity of the topic. Occasionally, if we got something really juicy, we'll go a little bit longer. But as you guys know, if you want to watch this later, if you can't find it on Facebook, you can always go to our YouTube channel. For those of you watching on YouTube, welcome. Subscribe, like, comment, do the whole thing. That way, more people like yourself can find these videos, and it helps us improve the content that we make. So it really comes back to you in the form of just better stuff. So today we're going to be talking about how to master two elements, specifically parent engagement and referrals, and how that's going to make your program more money and ultimately make your coaches pay for themselves. What I really want to hammer home for you guys is getting our staff to be incredibly valuable in and of themselves, not only because they can perform the job, but they can also perform the job in such a way that it generates more clients, makes your business pretty much have infinite potential, in that you don't really have to spend money in marketing because all of your clients are coming in via referrals. This is a big thing for Alex Hormozzi. For those of you who are familiar with him, that if you're doing a really good job with your business, it should generate referrals. It should generate more clients like the ones you have, because the people who really like it tend to go find others like themselves to also participate in the product with them. So you guys will notice that in these lives, we're going to be, in the next 5 lives, we are going to be talking about staff, but we're also going to talk about some lead gen stuff as well. Really help mix it up so we can keep you guys on your toes, but also constantly produce that value for you guys. If you're wondering, we do these lives because we want to build a relationship with you. We want eventually for you to check out the idea of potentially working with us. And so these lives are a great way for us to give you value now, build a relationship now, build trust now, and ultimately have that end goal be working together and us helping really level up your program. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the meat and potatoes. So let's talk about these 2 essential metrics that are going to be crucial to your coaches paying for themselves. All right, and it's going to be referrals and parent engagement. So let's talk about the first one, parent engagement. Okay, we want to create a culture where coaches are engaging with parents when and where they see the opportunity to do so. Doing so through email, text, in-person conversation. This will lead to increased lifetime value, increased parent referrals, critical feedback loop, keep coaches informed of the importance of change, and of course, done in small amounts makes a big difference. Okay, so we're gonna expand on each of these, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna interweave the word culture here a lot, and I'm gonna hit this home now, and I'll hit this home at the end as well. First and foremost, I want to make it very clear to you guys that this stuff is not effective unless your coaches know that this is the expectation every single day. All right. And the way you do that is we always include this onto our scorecards. You guys would call them job descriptions. If you're not familiar with the scorecard, it's basically a job description, but it's an extremely effective way of writing out job descriptions because you're trying to create a measurable result. Okay. A measurable result. Why is that important? Because you want your people, your staff, to have a very clear understanding of what it is exactly they need to be doing to get high marks in the business. Okay. So we want to infuse this into the culture by building it into the expectations, but also reminding them of why it's important. And we're going to get to that there at the small amount of keep coaches informed. Increase LTV, so lifetime value. When our coaches are engaging with the parents, okay, it creates a sense of buy-in for the parent, because now it's not just the kid who has a relationship with the coach, it's also the parent who has a relationship with the coach. And that creates a really good look for the business. If you build this into your culture, you might be like, Charlie, well, I don't want to have one set of parents loyal to one coach and one coach only. That's why you have to build it into the culture so that all the coaches are at the front engaging in conversations, because when they notice a pattern, the pattern will cause the business to stick out more than the individual. When they notice, like, you go to Chick-fil-A, right? You go to Chick-fil-A, for example, and you see people standing out front ready to take your order, and they say, my pleasure, and that sort of thing. Well, the more you go and the more you encounter these practices, the more you realize, oh, they probably teach this. this is probably a thing that the business does. It's not just the one person who's doing this because they want to go above and beyond. It's actually an expectation of the culture. So I think that it's really important for you guys to remember that you want to build this into the culture. You want to make this a pattern that the parents can pick up on, because then they're going to realize, wow, this is a part of this program and I love it. It's amazing. So it increases the lifetime value because it increases the buy-in of the parent. So anything that creates a buy-in on the customer's part, which is both the parent and the student, okay, in this scenario, will in fact make them stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more months than they would have had they not had those things. Okay, so first and foremost, this is going to increase the lifetime value, which means every customer that comes to your business is going to be worth substantially more. Okay, increase parent referrals. This is massive in the sense that parents will refer other parents. Okay, not only will kids bring their friends, but parents will bring their friends. And like I said, I don't know if I said this, but I'm going to say it now. Your best customers tend to bring customers like them, okay? This is true for the parent. This is true for the kid. They tend to hang out with people just like themselves. So having a parent engagement, which is... Actually, let me talk about that. We'll finish this thought. The parent referral will come when you have high parent engagement. They will attract more friends just like them. What is parent engagement? I think I jumped ahead there. What is parent engagement? I know I speak here about email, text, in-person conversation. What exactly is the content of that conversation? That is a great question. Content of this conversation is going to be the progress of their student, the progress of their kid, the progress of the program, developments that are coming down the pipeline, announcements. You can use parent engagement in any way, shape, or form. It's what matters is the communication is actually happening. You could talk to the parent about upcoming birthday party offers. You could talk to the parent about upcoming summer camp offers. Making it a personalized conversation is what's crucial, okay? Be like, hey, John, yeah, I just want to let you know, kid's doing great in class. He's really improving his handstand skill, whatever, is getting really, really good. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw, we launched summer camps. If you need information on that, let me know. It can be something as simple as that prompts the conversation. And if it's done in an intimate fashion, in a personal manner, it will get people to want to have that conversation back. Oh, no, I didn't know that. Like, how do I sign up? Or I saw the information online. I wasn't really sure what action I should take. So this is a great way to keep the parents informed on the things that you think are necessary for them to be informed of, okay? Critical feedback loop. I love this. I love this. Because we constantly want to know what the right moves to make for the business are, okay? That means you have to have conversations with the customer. They are your purchaser, okay? They purchase from you. So they're going to know what they want, or they're going to have an idea. They're going to think about, man, I'd really like it if they did this. I'd really appreciate it if they did X, Y, Z. This would really hammer home the value for me, okay? They may not use those exact words, but they are trying to communicate that message, okay? So the feedback loop is the parents telling you, hey, can you email us on when such and such happens? Can you email us? Can you text us? Can you tell us? Can you put a poster up? They're going to tell you what they want. It's going to make it really easy for you to just listen and then act, okay? Listen and then act. Keeps coaches informed of the importance of change. Your coaches need as much education as they can possibly get to understand what the business is attempting to accomplish and why it's accomplishing it in the way that it is. So your coaches may not be like, they don't understand, oh, why are we changing the class times? Why are we changing the way that we greet the students? Why are we changing the area? Why are we doing any of the changes that you're making? If the coach is the one who actually had the conversation with the parents and they've heard over and over and over again, the bathrooms are dirty, the bathrooms are dirty, the bathrooms are dirty, that's going to put in the coach's mind, man, I think we should clean the bathrooms. The bathrooms are dirty, right? Instead of it coming from you, it's coming from the customer, and that's going to hammer home for the coach why it's so important to you as the owner that the bathrooms be clean. Because they're going to be like, look, I hear all the people say all the time, our bathrooms need to be better, our bathrooms need to be clean, right? And so that helps the coach get the feedback loop going for themselves and helps their buy-in, because now they understand a lot more of the changes you're making and why you're making them. And they see that relationship of like, oh, look, the parent is providing feedback, and then we're reacting to that feedback accordingly, okay? That is why that's so important. Done in small amounts makes a big difference. I think that when you roll these programs out, parent engagement specifically, it can seem daunting and overwhelming of like, oh man, like, what are we going to do to create the interaction that we're looking for? The reality is you only have to do 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, talk to a different parent each day you're there as a coach. and that's 5 days a week, 6 days a week, where that coach is interacting with the parent. And if you shoot for somebody different every day, that could be 30 people in a month, 60 people over 2 months, and so on and so forth. And if you increase the numbers, or maybe you engage with 2-3 parents, the numbers scale exponentially. So it doesn't have to be a huge ordeal. It can be the smallest little things, but when they're consistent, it's going to make a massive difference in the parent's mind of the value they are receiving, okay? You want the parent to feel just as much as you want the kid to feel that they're both the customer. And the way you can do that for the parent is engagement with them, communication with them, updates for them, okay? Kid did great, X skill was accomplished. Those are little things that are going to go a really, really long way. So parent engagement is the first thing that you want to do to get your coaches rocking and rolling and really provide that massive value back to the business, as well as keep them informed. Okay, referrals. Kids don't recommend classes they don't like. This is a chance for both feedback and organic growth. Referrals lead to increased LTV because kids like classes their friends come to. Allows your best customers to bring more just like them. I know I chose the wrong version of there for those grammatical Nazis out there. Creates a feedback loop with the student. Again, informs coaches of valuable changes to the program. Okay, let's get into it. So referrals. This is something as simple as getting to the end of the class and saying, hey, who enjoyed class today? Awesome, great, 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 great. Who wants to bring their friend? Okay, because we do have 2 spots available, so I can take 2 of your friends into class. Kids will raise their hand. Oh, I've got a friend I want to bring. I didn't even know I could bring a friend. You'd be like, yeah, however you want to do the trial system. We always did it for free. Bring your friend for free. They get to try out their first class, right? Because they're a referral. Now, this is also an opportunity for the kids to be like, oh, I don't really want to bring my friend. You know how kids are, right? They're going to be incredibly honest with you. So this is a great chance to get some feedback of, oh, I don't want to bring my friend, or, oh, I don't think I'm going to stay anymore. This is just the chance to, guess what? Create a feedback loop with the student. Who loved class? Who would want to bring a friend to class? The kids raise their hand. Oh, I'd want to bring my friend. Did you know that you can bring your friend to class for free, provided we have the spot? Okay. This is the feedback loop we're establishing with the student. That's telling the students are telling the coach, no, I don't want to bring a friend. Yes, I want to bring a friend. Yes, class sucks. Yes, class amazing. The point of this is to, again, inform the coach, but then provide a feedback loop system where the kids feel like they can have their voice heard and make changes to the appropriate class, and then bring their friends. If they have their friends in class, the lifetime value is going to skyrocket. Okay, it's going to skyrocket because kids are not going to want to leave classes that their friends are a part of. And therefore, it creates a lot more buy-in, especially if you can get a large network of friends together. They're really going to love coming to the business because they see all their friends, all their homies there when they show up for class. Allows your best customers to bring more just like them. That's the great part about referrals. The people who love your business the most are going to be the ones who refer your business the most. And they're going to refer your business most likely to people that they hang out with, which are going to be people who will probably also love your business the most. So this is where it creates that infinite cycle of your good people bring more good people. Provided you can service the demand, it will continue to grow. Okay. So referrals are crucial for this. All right. Again, informs coaches of valuable changes to the program, right? The coach is going to be way more open to the idea that their class sucks when the kids are telling them that, right? So get the coaches asking for feedback from the kids. Hey, what did you think of class today? The kid's going to tell you. It was great. It was terrible. Whatever. Okay. Whatever the feedback is, the coach gets to hear it directly from the customer and not from you, so that when you come up and you reinforce that and say, yeah, I think classes do need to improve, they're going to be like, yeah, I think you're right. I think they do need to, because I keep having the kids tell me that. What do I need to do? And they're way more open to the idea that you're going to give them feedback to improve that. Okay. So you guys don't notice I use the word feedback loop a lot, but basically that's just service loops back, goes to feedback, and then feedback goes back into service, right? So that's the feedback loop of the feedback is brought in, received, it results in a change to the service changes, and then goes back out, seeks feedback again, and just keeps going through that loop and gets better and better and better with each iteration. Okay. So that's what a feedback loop is. So that's what you want to get the coaches plugged into as much as you possibly can, because if you have both the parents and the students providing feedback to the coaches, it will make them better, while also improving the overall quality of your business. And the great part is, with parent engagement or referrals, you are constantly seeking the referral, which allows your business to grow. So ultimately, that is where the win is going to be. Sorry, guys, I swallowed some spit or something. Anyway, so we're going to combine these two which is combine our parent engagement. We're going to combine with the referral asks, and that's going to create an infinite lead generation machine. Because the more we do this, the more people are going to be constantly thinking, oh yeah, I need to bring someone. Oh yeah, this person would be a great fit. And the more they think about it, the more they're reminded of it, the more it stays presently in their mind. So they may be at church, at the grocery store, with a friend's house, whatever. And they're like, oh, hey, such and such, you would be a great fit over here. Your kid would love it, right? And then they bring you more ideal customers. Okay. Increase fulfillment. Grant, amazing to have your feedback loop because it's going to improve the service to get feedback and then improve the service. And then informed coaches. You want your coaches to be aware of exactly the changes that the program needs to make in order to better service the needs you're trying to service. Feedback loops accomplish that, especially when you make the coaches a part of the feedback. They're your boots on the ground, actually bringing the feedback, getting the feedback, and then bringing it to the meeting and being like, hey guys, what did you hear out there, right? What are the parents saying? When you're having conversations with them, how many are you talking to? What are they saying? However, this must be a part of your culture so as to make it the most effective it can be. These tactics are not effective when they're done every blue moon. Okay, so if you're doing them every 60 days, you're like, Charlie, it's not working. It's like, yeah, it's not working. You got to make this a part of your culture. And that's how you focus in on making it small so that it's something that's attainable each day. If you try to do this big, grand gesture, okay, it can be effective, but it won't be as effective as little gestures all the time, right? It's going to be the little things that stack and add up over the days. So when we're doing parent engagement plus referral asks, and we make that a part of the culture, meaning it's a thing that people are being evaluated on. It's an expectation that we've set out for their job description. This is 100% the best, most effective way to keep your program growing just on its own and get your coaches to pay for themselves, because not only are they going to be coaching the classes that generate the revenue, they're going to be doing referral asks and parent engagement, which should ideally be bringing you more customers, especially when this is a piece of your culture and you have 4 or 5 coaches doing this on the daily basis. That's going to result in a lot of return for the business. Okay. So these are a massive 2 metrics that you want to have your coaches really focus in on. Everything else is, apart from that, is definitely going to be the coach doing the coaching job, right? Being professional, having good presentation in their class, those type of things that will result in, safety in the class, those type of things that will result in just a good class overall. But the feedback loops help the coaches understand, as well as you as an owner or manager, to understand the changes that need to happen in the business to make it improve and better service the needs of the people that you're working for. Okay? Awesome. So that is today's live. Man, that was a fun one. All right. So if you guys enjoyed today's live, drop a like in the comment box, or say you liked it in the comment box. Give us that feedback loop. That helps us be better at what we're doing, better servicing you guys. And if you need help with your staff stuff, we are currently enrolling for our staff scaling secrets. We have revamped the program. You guys definitely want to check that out. If you haven't checked it out already, okay? Ali will drop the link in the description below where you guys can head over to the page and check out what we've got over there to book your call to see if it's going to be a good fit. If not, no worries. Just stay in the group. Keep getting the value from the videos. I hope you guys found today's content extremely valuable, because this is something that we've used to build really powerful programs and really well-informed coaches. 2 really important pieces. Okay, cool. We'll see you guys next week on the Thursday Live. And as usual, God bless. See you guys on the other side.